Alright, so this is the follow-up video. Made some progress here. So we took the speaker board out. What a hack job this thing is. There's the original grill cloth. If you remember before, it had that white foamy shitty whatever the hell it was that's gone. So going in the trash. I gave it a new coat of paint. And if you remember, I was talking about a realistic 12-inch full range. We are going to go original here. I was able to find, here's the new speaker board, by the way, with the Zenith swirl. This is what it's supposed to look like. I was able to find an original speaker. I paid probably too much money for it. This is tested. This matches the tube set on my chassis, and the cone's in excellent condition. This thing was expensive. I even tried to give him best offers, and he was not budging on the price. So we're going to be installing that into this, and I think it's going to look really, really nice. And of course it all has to come back out because we got to work on the cabinet and everything else. So we're going to pull this chassis out today, and I document this primarily so I know where things go. I redid the back of the cabinet with a oil-based espresso stain, so all the chips and stuff are gone. Letting it kind of dry, it's still a little tacky. But this, you know, all you have to do is take those two screws out in there to pull that out. Maybe he tried to do that and he couldn't get the screws out, so he decided to cut the wires. I don't know. Okay, the resistor's on the top. We're going to pull this out, and the top part of this cabinet has to be cleaned and then painted. Also, really quick, this is an original knob. I just took it off, and there's a crack on the hub, so we are going to fix that. A little bit of Gorilla Glue to keep it from getting bigger. This is going to be fun, if I can even get this thing to ever work again. So obviously the first thing we're going to do is clean this thing up. All original, it looks like. Nothing's been replaced. We have some dominoes in there, it looks like. It might be the filter up there. I'm sure all these gotta go. But what I don't understand is, what the hell? There's some weird mods done to this radio, and I don't know. This guy left stuff disconnected in here. Like he worked on it, or he tried to. But he left... Let me show you this thing. I'm gonna need two hands. Hang on. So this automatic tuning switch control is missing a screw. Those are all wires right there. Missing another screw. But this guy unplugged these. They were just dangling. And I plugged them back in, thinking that that's where they're supposed to go. I'm going to have to really double check this because I don't know where they go. Why did he unplug these and leave them unplugged? So yeah, the chassis needs to be cleaned. So we'll have to use some air and wipey wipe to clean this thing up. You know what's interesting is the, if I can reach this, the dial cord is not broken. There is a belt that goes around the flywheel, which is the tuning slug is right here, and that is gone. But the dial cord is not broken. So, alright. Psychedelic. Alright, so I was able to get this out. And when I found it, it wasn't even in all the way because he used the wrong screw. And he couldn't even, like some sort of a wood screw. These are threaded, so I found a screw. You're never going to see any of this, as long as it holds it back in there correctly. I'm not going to go too much into this anymore. I gotta clean all this off. I found some screws for this. We'll be putting that back in there correctly. So just little by little by little. I'm going to pull all the tube shields off and probably take the compressor to it. But I got to get these off, and I heard these were a pain in the ass to get these off. I have all 12 new knobs for this radio, so 3D printed, high quality 3D printed. Why am I shaking? Anyway, we'll be back. I know these are short segments, but okay, these are glued on here, and it's a pain in the ass, but I saw somebody talk about using a Dremel, actually that's not even a Dremel, to grind these down just to where you can see the little shaft thingy, and then you can pull them off. But you got to be careful not to break this, because if you break it, yeah. So I'm going to make an attempt to do this. Also, there's eggs in here. This is where the chassis went. Obviously this hasn't been cleaned yet or anything, but check this out. There's eggs in here. What the hell kind of eggs are these? I'm gonna have to open them up and see what's in there. Crazy.